Oop. Yep. Found the fill plug. Oh no. Hey guys, it's Daniel. Welcome back to the channel, and we are back with the Turbo Fiat project. Now, as you guys know, this idea came about because I showed interest in tuning. I spoke to Wizard about this, and he said, I can help you out. I'll go ahead and buy the car, you can build it, and then you can make some videos on it on your channel, and then we'll see what we do with it after. Now, the idea is to EFI the car and put a turbo on it. We're going to increase the output of the engine. Now, if you've been following the series so far, we've only done repairs. So we had to fix the brakes because the car had no brake. So we replaced the calipers, turned the rotors, replaced the master cylinder, and bled the system. We also had to address the drive shaft because that thing was about to wobble itself out of the car. So the isolator, the donut, or the Guido, what it's actually called, was completely shredded. It was in chunks. So we had to replace that. The carrier bearing was done. And the U-joints, they were included in the kit, so we just did them. I also did the timing belt because it was completely soaked in oil. So the kit came with the timing belt, bearing, and the water pump, because whenever you're doing that, you might as well put a water pump in there. You have to remove all that stuff to do a water pump anyways. So we just took care of it. After we were done with all the repairs, we decided to go ahead and take it out for a test drive, which honestly did great. It was only in the parking lot, but it was pretty fun. Ever since the last video, I've been test driving the car. Other people have test driven it too to kind of see how it is. And that's when I noticed that there was a noise coming out of the gearbox from the bell housing area, from the clutch area, and that is the pilot bearing. So obviously we can't have this clutch fail on us, so we have to take care of it right now. And the other thing that was brought to my attention was the brake rotors, to be exact, and they're a little bit too thin, and they might be a little bit too thin for our future power level. So we have to replace those too. Now we're gonna start by saying thank you to our sponsor, Auto Recombi. Auto Recombi reached out and told me about these things, and I told them about the issues I was already having with the clutch, and they said they could help. So they went ahead and sent a brand new set of rotors, and also they sent me a brand new clutch kit, also a trans mount, and the pilot bearing. Now they're really excited about the project. They're gonna be on board on the build. And if you need any Fiat parts, definitely make sure to check out their website. Also, if you already have a Fiat and you need some repair videos, they have a YouTube channel. All that stuff is going to be linked in the description for you guys to check it out. Now, before we start wrenching, on the pole, people said remove the bumpers. So that's what we're going to do. So on this video, we're also going to go ahead and remove the bumpers. So no more talking. Let's get to it. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the brake rotors, and then we'll do the clutch. Now, something that I didn't say in the beginning was that this video goes on Sunday. Today is Friday, like 6 o'clock. And I have to film all this and edit it to post it on Sunday. So I got a lot of work to do today. Now, if you're wondering what I'm wearing, it's actually an apron. It's a Ferrari apron. This is what I used when I worked back at the dealership. And yeah, this is when you do tires and stuff like that. You don't get your uniform dirty. You just get this dirty. You can take it off, get in the car, and everything is clean. But yeah. Don't mind the hole, but I've had it for years and it works great. Now the good thing about redoing this stuff, I can actually double check my work now that I've driven it a couple of times. So far everything looks good, no leaks. Everything looks good. That rotor's still pretty thin, but yeah, that won't be the case anymore. So yeah, let's replace that. Wow, that came out a lot easier than the first time. Almost no wear on the brakes, since they probably have maybe less than a mile on them. Let's go ahead and compare the old with the new rotor. So this is the old rotor, and then this is the new rotor from Auto Combi. Yeah, we definitely needed to replace these. New parts really make a car come alive, honestly. So we finished installing the new rotors. They're actually very DIY friendly. It took about 15 minutes on each rotor, which is not bad at all. If you have one of these and you're doing it in your driveway, it can save you some money, so you can do it on your own instead of having a shop take care of it. Now that that's done, we're gonna go ahead and start with the clutch. We're gonna remove the transmission. Now I was reading the instructions on the manual, and it says that we might not have to remove the exhaust. So we're gonna start slowly, see how far we get without removing the exhaust, because the less thing that we have to remove, the better, honestly. Now first, we're gonna go on the inside and remove the shifter. Now this clip right here is actually wedged up in there, and the best way that I found to take it off was to be able to sneak that in there and then push down on it, and then it pops right out. And as you can see, this is kind of separate. It's kind of a weird system, and right here you can unscrew the shift knob and replace it with whatever you want. But yeah, it's just a hollow tube with some clips. So before we go up, we're going to go ahead and disconnect the battery, because we're going to be messing with the starter and we don't want that thing sparking. So I raised the vehicle because now we're going to work underneath. We're going to take the drive shaft out and we're going to start working on the transmission, removing all the stuff like the speedometer cable, the reverse switch, the clutch cable, all that stuff to get the transmission ready for removal. This transmission is so dirty that every time I read the instructions, it's like, okay, well, remove this. And I'm like, where is it? And then when I start like getting some of this dirt off, I find the bolt or the switch or whatever. So yeah, right now we still got to get the bolts in the bell housing. So I'm going to make sure it's all secured so it doesn't fall off the jack here. And we'll try to remove it and get to the clutch. That is one nasty transmission. I honestly don't think I'm going back in with this thing on this video. I think I might want to let it soak and stuff like that. And we don't have enough time to finish this video if I decide to clean this thing. Wow, that is nasty. Yep, found the fill plug. I was looking for that earlier. That feels pretty good. Not too bad. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that is noisy. Well, let's keep going. Okay, so here we have the clutch. As you can see, it possibly could be original. I'm not sure. It's a Vallejo clutch, which is good. The replacement is actually a Vallejo clutch as well. Now, we are not replacing the clutch because it's worn. We're replacing it because the pilot bearing and the throwout bearing are extremely noisy. They're about to go out. So whenever you get in here, replace everything, might as well. So, but we're gonna take a look at the disc right here on the side. So you can see the disc right in there. Doesn't look too thin. We'll see it when we pull it out, but that doesn't look too bad. Then, you know, you also have oil everywhere. We might want to replace that rear main seal, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see if it's actually leaking when I start pulling the clutch out and maybe the flywheel to take a look behind. But a lot of the oil is probably coming from the valve covers, because I know the valve covers are leaking pretty well. So that's something that I was going to address in the future, but not right now. Now, something that I almost forgot was, remember when I said that the clutch didn't look too bad? That is the clutch that came out of it. And this is the clutch from Auto Recombi. So you can see this old clutch is pretty thin compared to the new one. So yeah, this thing is probably original to the car. It probably has about 80,000 miles on it. So yeah, it really needed a new clutch, honestly. Okay, so I've decided not to put transmission back in this video. The reason being is I don't have that rear main seal. I totally forgot to order one, and I really just don't feel right putting it back together without it. Now what I'll do is I'll clean up the transmission, film putting it back in, and I'll throw that into the next video. Now for the rest of this video, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the bumpers to see how she looks without them. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the front bumper. It looks like it's just a couple of brackets here on the side that kind of hold on to this main shock absorber that holds the front bumper on. So it looks pretty straightforward, honestly. So we're just gonna go ahead without looking it up, see if we can figure it out. Actually, before I continue, I have to disconnect the electrical connector to the turn signal. Well, disconnecting the turn signal was not as easy as I thought it was going to be, because it doesn't disconnect from here and it doesn't disconnect from in here. So you just pretty much just unbolt it from the bumper and you throw it back in there, I guess. Let's see if that got it. Well, it doesn't seem like it wants to come off, but we'll try the other side and let's see if that loosens it more where we can pull it off. So I loosened the other side, so let's give it a try now. Oop. Okay, that's better. There we go. So take a look at that. I bet it would look better with the hood on, but I don't have time to put it back on, so gonna have to wait. We might have to straighten that out a little bit because it's kind of an eyesore. So we'll probably take care of that, and we got plenty of room for an intercooler in there. So let's go and remove the one in the rear. So I was able to find the bolts for the rear bumper. I got one in here, and unfortunately the other one is in there. So the fuel tank has to come out to do it properly. I've seen people cut them, but that's not something I want to do because these have to go back on when we sell the car. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this on this video. I'm going to have to take care of this later. Okay, so I've decided to do a part 2 on this video. We were able to remove the front bumper, but not the rear. The transmission came out, but we were not able to put it back in because I forgot to buy the stupid main seal, the rear main seal. Now, we definitely got the brake rotors installed, which is definitely a win for this video, but it's definitely not enough. Now, I definitely learned a lesson. I have to plan better and make more time. Now in the second video, when all the repairs are done and we can drive the car again, that's when I'll start the teardown. Now just because I feel bad, I want to go ahead and give you guys a little preview for whenever we do the teardown video, because I was also going to showcase some of the parts that we already got. So this is the turbo that we decided to go with. This is the TRB GT25 from CX Racing. Now as you can see, it's a very small turbo, but this is actually perfect for this application. This wastegate is rated to 15 PSI. Obviously we're not going to be able to use that much right off the bat. We might not even be able to reach it. So we might have to do some adjustments here and there on the linkage, or maybe even replace it with an external wastegate. Now when I was looking for turbos, I was looking for a maintenance-free turbo. I couldn't find one within our budget, and it was really hard to find a compressor map on them as well. So we decided to get this one, which is only $200, and it has oil lines and coolant lines, which makes the installation a little bit more difficult, but that's fine. You can't really beat the price. So I'm going to close the video right here. Let me know in the comments if you like this look without the front bumper, and if you're enjoying the series, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I will catch you on the next video.